welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Wednesday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Friday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. And now the Lakers starting group, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Then there's Andre Drummond, then there's Bradley, and it's Caruso in at the 2 spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Zubac in at the center position. Here's Leonard. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Fans can be impatient, Greg, especially for the fans of teams that are slow to start a season.
And Kevin, the media as well.
Right,
I played in New York, and you know, in that town, you go big or you get talked about, no doubt about it. But with the way things have evolved now, and every team is a national team because every game's televised, it's starting to happen more in some of those smaller markets as well. It's just a harsh reality of pro sports. Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Boy, what a stroke. LeBron James every year builds brick by brick in his game, and that perimeter game, woo-hoo, sweet.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's George. Rebound, Andre Drummond. Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Here's Davis. Paul George grabs the miss. The Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Leonard inside, working on James. Here's Zubac. Pass to Leonard. Goes back up. Bucket is good. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Kawhi Leonard very comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations. This guy is so good, even without a dribble.
And they double up Davis. Here's Bradley. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
How about the remarkable improvement of Avery Bradley over time? Once strictly a dominant defender, this guy can make threes. He can drive the lane. There isn't an aspect of the game where he hasn't grown.
Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
And remember, Davis played point guard in high school, showing off the vision there with that nice dime.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Bradley. Floats it up for James. And that one's good by Davis.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
Williams against Bradley. Pass to Zubac. There's 1:47 left to play in the first quarter. Good D by Drummond. To the inside. And Davis gets it to go on the assist by James. Davis has got his second basket of the night.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Leonard with the bucket.
Well, the threat to score is real when Lou Williams has the ball, but he uses that to set up his passing game.
Davis finds James. Drummond with it. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubats has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Leonard, and the rejection by LeBron.
Don't bring that weak stuff in here. LeBron always on the prowl to send shots back with force. Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now here's Williams. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
James, the pass to Caruso. And another 3 for the Lakers.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Williams for 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Marcus Morris. And the Lakers also making a switch. Harrell, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Here's George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Left side, Davis. Shoots over Leonard. And Davis can't get it to go. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back right after this. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the talent on this team.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody wants to win, and there's no egos. Everybody has fun. We play together, we move the ball, we make sacrifices, and we enjoy getting stops.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just... Oh, my goodness! Wow! What a play!
Oh, my goodness. AD wanted them to feel that one. Davis boosts his whole team with that explosiveness.
Raiders against Beverly. A floater, and the shot goes in. Beverly's got his first bucket in this one.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
It is not an easy task trying to convert against length. Give him credit for taking on that challenge. Throw it up and let Montrezl Harrell finish.
Clippers trail by 8. Leonard on the wing. He's guarded by Davis.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And stolen by Patterson. Beverly with the ball. Picked up by Davis. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
This guy is such an intelligent guard. Patrick Beverly finding a driving lane and finishing.
Raiders on the wing for 3. Davis dishes to Harrell. LeBron outside. A second chance effort, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You know, LeBron James has been fouled so many times in his career, it doesn't even faze him anymore. There is no stopping this guy.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
He'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic. It struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. But the league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, DA.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Kuzma passes to Davis. And they double up Davis. And Davis throws it down.
And all Davis needs is the right positioning. Once he's established, dunking becomes easy.
Clippers trail by 7. Now here's Jackson. Outside for George. And shot on the way. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
Kuzma, that's good.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Jackson against Bradley. A shot by George, wide open. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got 5.
Consistent shooter from outside the arc. Paul George is terrific at finding space when he needs to get a shot off.
Here's Harrell. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
Both these teams are beneficiaries of tremendous coaching. Both have high hopes for the season. I expect to see a chess match tonight.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Today's player is not intimidated by size. You even give them a sliver of a window, and they're going to make that shot.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Stolen by Jackson. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. The shot by George, no good.
I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Kuzma. Bradley kicks to Harrell. Back to Bradley. Waiters outside. Here's Davis.
Well, you have to want to be a good defensive player, and Marcus Morris has committed to being more effective and aggressive contesting shots. That's nice.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Lakers lead by 5. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, are you getting the ball where you want to get it, and is that helping you score?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow, as well as keep myself in a good group too. So hopefully I can do a better job of that in the second half.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 37 points.
Last season, Kenny, maybe the ultimate pairing of superstars, Anthony Davis and LeBron James.
Couldn't find a better compliment statistically. I don't think you can. AD thrived with LeBron and LeBron with him. So it was great for the way they were drawing and distance off defenders.
Statistically or stylistically?
Both. Stylistically, before the game, they were great coming through that tunnel.
Well, I agree. AD has a range out to three, so he doesn't really clog up driving lanes. His rim protection allows LeBron and others to be more aggressive defensively.
And now let us send it over to Kevin Harlan for the second half. Thanks for joining us, folks. And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, this guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Then there's Bradley. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Caruso in at the shooting guard position. Here's Beverly, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. The Clippers in second, the Lakers in fifth.
Man, this is a battle today between two teams that really dominated the offensive glass a year ago. And they also convert when they get those second chance opportunities.
And they double up Davis, tries from 7. They get it back. James outside. Just 4 to shoot. A 3 from Bradley. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 4 assists in the game.
Well, it doesn't matter the defender at this point. Avery Bradley is just too good and maintaining his balance well on the contested jumper.
George trying to break free. And Leonard gets it to go.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming.
That is why the ticket price is what it is when LeBron is in town. Amazing dunk to finish the play.
Clippers trail by 10. And the Clippers call time here. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Andrew Shamet comes in for George.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly making it easy for his teammate to score.
Here's Drummond. Davis dishes to James. He goes right over Marcus Morris and slams it down.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. The Lakers have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
Numbers last year for them, just about 73%, so the bottom third of the league.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Markieff Morris is checked in for Anthony Davis, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Bradley.
I think what amazes me about LeBron James is that he never stops pushing. This guy is pursuing greatness. Wow, what a start. 3 for 3, terrific play calling, everything clicking out of the gates here.
James finds Morris. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. And he's good on the 3-ball. Caldwell Pope's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 11. And the wide open shot from Morris. Drills it from outside.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
The Lakers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. The Clippers have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. Here's Beverly. No good. And it's the Lakers the other way.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Shamet kicks to Beverly. Now, here's Shamet. Guarded closer. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Oh, Morris in position. Dives for it. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And a quick check of the stats for Drummond. He's coming off an excellent season. He averaged about 17 points a game last year, 15 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, the one thing you can't teach is size. He's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but certainly a valuable backup for this team.
Lakers leading by 12. The drive by LeBron. Caldwell Pope for 3. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 6 assists here tonight.
It's incredible to me how remarkably in tune LeBron is with the movement of his teammates. The guy is a scorer, he's a creator, he's a force to be reckoned with.
And the Clippers call time here.
And for players like Andre Drummond, sometimes it's a paradox. Great individual rebounding doesn't always translate into great team rebounding.
That almost sounds, Greg, counterintuitive, right? Because you wonder, is it a lack of boxing out? So if they don't get it, an opponent does. What is clear unequivocally, though, there is more to team success than individual numbers.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Paul George comes in for Marcus Morris. Lou Williams is checked in for Landry Shamet. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Harrell. Unable to get that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. Leonard attacking. And he comes up with the deuce.
Shooting off the dribble is probably one of the toughest skills in the NBA, but Kawhi has it mastered.
Passes it to Harrell. Over George. And it's Harrell missing. Clippers trail by 11. And stolen by Drummond. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Back to James. Williams with the steal. And that one drops.
Well, Lou Williams in the open floor is just a bucket, folks.
Lakers have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. James against Williams. James, the pass to Caruso. Here's Drummond. Rebounded by Jackson. Williams That's a two-pointer, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
You know, we can get lost in LeBron's offensive skills. His defense has always been phenomenal as well.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. Back to the action after this word.
Tell me what you know about it.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Clippers trail by 9. The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Lou Williams out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Zubats in at the center. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Jackson dishes to Williams. And the rejection by James. Down low, it's tipped. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Avery Bradley, he's checked in for the Lakers. Here is Davis. Bradley finds Harrell. Shoots over Zubats. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
And that one falls for Davis. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Knocks it loose and stolen by Kuzma. To the middle, here's Harrell, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, he might be a bit undersized, Montrezl Harrell, but he plays bigger than the frame suggests. Hold on.
That's good from Harrell. Morris is checked in for Jackson. So he gets them both. And the Clippers call time here.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Williams looking around. Davis with the double team. Here's Leonard. Connects on the 17-footer. Leonard's got 20 points.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has averaged 25-plus across multiple seasons. We are talking about an elite scorer.
Davis inside, covered by Morris. And Bradley gets it to go.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's Leonard. Doesn't go that time. Great D that time from Davis.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
A lot of talk about reseeding in the playoffs when you got down to the final 4 teams. If it ensures the 2 best teams make the finals, it would seem to me, Greg, to be worth it. What about you?
You know, it could be. I think about the worldwide attention on that championship round, but you got to get the Eastern Conference teams to sign off on that. And you know, we've seen it happen in the past where the power shifts from one conference to the other, but ultimately nothing better than seeing the two best teams play for it all.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Lou Williams. Yep, that one goes.
Silky, smooth jumper from Paul George, and he just lets it fly whenever he gets free from that spot.
Kuzma outside. And they double up Davis. Here's the three. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by Davis. Davis has got 5 assists tonight.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Cloak loose. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Now we know the TV networks have brought more revenue, Greg, to the NBA. The expectation is for another bump when they renegotiate in 2023.
You know, at the same time, though, Kevin, with all the cord cutters out there, the league looking to make the game more accessible to those fans. I expect that to be a big part of this next deal.
Right, in your tablet, smartphone, or your computer.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And there's the pass to Caruso. Harrell down low. Working on Zubac. And the rejection by Zubac. Knocked away. Pass to Beverly. Lob pass to George. Now Davis. Outside Bradley. Lakers passing it around. Harrell kicks to Caruso. Bradley passes to Kuzma. Here's Caruso. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Lakers.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LeBron.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Morris is checked in for Harrell. Dudley comes in for Anthony Davis. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And Cook subbed in for Bradley. Shamet with it. There's the three. Second chance shot. A nice shot by Kevin Gelly.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Shamet, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
I mean, he's just making the D look foolish. I mean, that was one heck of a move to get himself the space he needed to operate.
And how about the slam to finish it off? Not too shabby either. Here is Cook, and so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. LeBron, the last game for a little while. As a team, how do you approach the break?
Well, we got a couple of days off, but everyone needs to stay in tune. Even though we're not going to be on our feet or on the basketball court, everyone needs to continue to just, work your mind, work your body as well, and, get ready for practice.
Well, I'm sure you're going to enjoy that time off anyway, man. Congrats on this win. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Dorisburg, David Aldridge.